I'ma keep it a stack. Whoever convinced R. Kelly that it was a good idea to allow anyone, and I mean anyone, to interview him and then televise that interview, well, they're the finesse of the year. Me and the Notification Gang would like to invite everybody to come join us Monday through Thursday, 9:20 to 10 o'clock for Morning Coffee, where we discuss the events of the prior day and also just talk mess about stuff. See you then. BBN, Jack Frost. What's up, party people? So apparently, R. Kelly has taken somebody's bad advice and decided to go on Gale King's show. Well, it's not really Gale King's show, but obviously everybody know who Gale King is. Gale King is, as Oprah Winfrey's bestest of good friends. Shout out to Gale King. And she got the opportunity to interview R. Kelly. So they're gonna have the full interview on whatever station that is. I don't know, that CBS, NBC, ABC, Fox. I'm shouting them all out. They're gonna have the full interview. What's going on here? They're gonna have the full interview later this week. But they allowed a snippet to get out. And okay, I'm gonna let y'all listen to the snippet that I was able to get a hold of. And then I'll come back with my commentary.
Do you still sit here and say you have never been with underage girls? Can you really say that?
I sit here and say this. I had 2 cases back then that I said in the beginning of the interview that I would not talk about because of my ongoing case now. I will tell you this. People are going back to my past, okay? That's exactly what they're doing. They're going back to the past, and they're trying to add all of this stuff now to that, to make all of the stuff that's going on now feels real to people.
But the past is relevant with you with underage girls.
Absolutely no, it's not.
Why?
Because for one, I beat my case. When you beat something, you beat it.
You were acquitted.
We can't double jeopardy me like that. You can't. It's not fair. It's not fair to nobody. When you beat your case, you beat your case.
This is what they're saying about you.
Not true.
These aren't old rumors.
Not true. Whether they're old rumors, new rumors,
Why would they say
future
this
rumors,
about you?
Not true.
And correct me if I'm wrong, that you have never held anybody against their will.
I don't need to. Why would I?
Well,
How stupid would it
never
be
held
for
anybody.
R. Kelly, with all I've been through in my way, way past, to hold somebody, let alone 4, 5, 6, 50, you said. How stupid would I be to do that?
I didn't say you
That's
were holding.
stupid, guys.
I didn't.
Is this camera on me?
Yes, it's on.
That's stupid. Use your common sense. Don't forget the blogs. Forget how you feel about me. Hate me if you want to, love me if you want, but just use your common sense. How stupid would it be for me to, with my crazy past and what I've been through, right now I just think I need to be a monster and hold girls against their will, chain them up in my basement, and don't let them eat and don't let them out unless they need some shoes down the street from their uncle.
Robert,
Stop it. Y'all quit playing. Quit playing.
Robert.
I didn't do this stuff. This is not me. I'm fighting for my life.
Alright, so in that little, I think it's about 2 minutes right there, that little 2-minute clip, there's a lot to unpack, but I'm only gonna hit on a couple of points real quick. The first one is R. Kelly, it seems, seriously believes that since he had a case where he was accused of being with a minor, an underage child, that now in the future, after that case was a case that he was not found guilty, he cannot now be charged for being with underage children. The reason why I say this is because these charges that are being brought up, pardon me, are not associated with that case specifically. These are new charges with new victims that have just been brought up regarding R. Kelly. So when he says there's no double jeopardy, that's basically implying first that those cases that are now being brought up against him is the same case that was brought up against him before, when as far as we know, not all of the charges can stem from that particular case, because they're saying new victims, and that case only pertained to one victim with the video. Now they're saying that there's new video, at least 2 to 3 videos, something along those lines. So this is a new case. So R. Kelly thinks that, if I'm going off of what it says in that audio, go right back, he says there can be no double jeopardy. Okay, so listen. That's basically saying that he believes that since he, like he says, beat the other case, and we all know, I'll get to that in a second, because that's actually my second point. Since he beat the other case, that he cannot now be tried for charges that have anything to do with the charges that he was previously charged for. So that's what it seems like to me. So just that mindset leads me to believe that, I'm not saying he's guilty. I don't know. I wasn't there. We'd have to see what happens when he goes to court. But that mindset right there leads me to believe that he doesn't believe that he can be found guilty of these type of charges, because he's previously beat them, as he says, so he cannot in the future be found guilty for these charges. You understand what I'm saying? That's like you go rob a bank, they catch you, you go to court, you get found not guilty, then they catch you robbing another bank, and you tell them, how you taking me to court? I beat that other bank charge, so you can't now try to put me in jail for robbing this bank because the last time I got. That's basically what it sounds like he's saying. Anyway, another thing I want to point out is that he said he beat the charges. Now, this is just me, personal experience. Most of the people that I know that actually was charged with something, and then they were found not guilty of the thing they was charged in, when they actually weren't guilty, like they really did not do the thing, they don't usually say beat the charge. They're usually complaining about the fact, like, what the hell was wrong with these guys? Why they arrested me in the first place? They're usually incredulous about that, and it's much less of they didn't catch me. And that's how R. Kelly seems like he comes off in this particular little snippet that they put out there. They didn't catch me before, so that doesn't mean just they didn't catch me before, so now they can't try to charge me. How you gonna try to charge me? You didn't catch me last time. This isn't fair. This isn't fair. You didn't catch me last time. You should leave me alone now. That's what it sounds like. But last thing I want to mention real quick is then he started crying. I don't know how that's gonna really play. As we know, R. Kelly, it's kind of documented at this point that even if he isn't into little kids, he does a lot of things that are suspicious. Hangs around the schools. I mean, come on, man. It's a grown man. He's hanging around the schools. I'm going to tell you a funny thing. Like a couple of summers ago, I used to have this route that I used to walk when I used to go somewhere, and it was actually in front of a school, right? So depending on what time of the day I leave, and depending on if it was summer or, not summer, I'd sometimes pass in front of the school when the kids are being let out, right? And just me walking past the school saying, I'm a grown-ass man, at first, like, I don't even walk on the side the school is. I mean, I noticed that I was doing this, and it wasn't even on purpose. It was just, I was walking. I got to cross the street sooner or later anyway. Let me cross the street before I even get to the school. I don't want to walk around these damn kids. See, that's the way I was thinking. I'm a grown adult. When I have to go take the train in New York City, I'd be like, oh man, let me try to get on the train not between these hours because of them damn kids. You understand? I love the kids, don't get me wrong. But I'm saying, when you're a grown adult, you don't usually search out places to be where kids are at. That's not usually what you're doing. Now, R. Kelly can be anywhere in the damn world, but he makes sure that he's around the school when the kids get let out. So I'm just saying that's kind of, it's very suspicious. One more last thing I want to mention real quick about this particular video. Okay, so he said something about he doesn't have people tied up in the basement or whatever the case was. And see, this is the problem with him saying it the way that he said it. He said it like you can't keep somebody captive because of their fear of disappointing you or because of their fear that you would get upset with them or angry with them. That can also hold someone captive. You don't have to physically hold someone captive in order to give them the impression or make them feel like they can't go anywhere. Now, if the stories that these ladies that I heard was saying is correct, they weren't able to go out of their bedroom. If they was in the room, they had to call out to him to ask if he could leave out the room. Now, check this out. Remember when, I don't know if any of y'all remember hearing about this though, but what's that young lady name? He had a singer on tour with him. I believe her father's a boxing boxing trainer. I forget her name. Her name just slips my mind right now. Okay, so he had her on tour with him. And one of the things that she said, and quite a few other people that went on tour with R. Kelly said is that they weren't allowed to be on this, like, around him. You understand what I'm saying? Like, they weren't allowed to be around him. Like, they had to, if he was on the floor in the hallway of the hotel, they had to stay in their hotel rooms until he passed. So when you tell me that he's telling grown adults who are their own person, make their own money, these artists, when you tell me that he's doing that, it's not hard for me to think that an individual that he's that don't have a job, that's staying with him, that he's taking care of, that when he tells them that they have to stay in their room, that it's not hard for me to think that he's also doing that. So the reason why the whole kidnapping thing came up, for everybody that don't know, there's been more than one family, but one family I remember about specifically speaking about it, where I believe they tried to sue R. Kelly because they believed that their daughter or their niece or something like that was being held captive and he wasn't letting her go. And they tried to call the police to have the police come extract her from the premises and everything. Like it was actually a pretty big thing. I mean, I don't know why it just went away the way that it went away, but that's what he's trying to say. I got them chained up in the basement. I didn't know about that. Does he have them chained up in the basement? I did not hear about that, if that's what was actually going on. But I would always have the impression that they weren't able to walk around the house liberally. They could only go where they're allowed to go. He would tell them what they can and can't do. I was under that impression. So, I mean, hey, it is what it is. A lot of times individuals get groomed, and then when you have other females falling in line and you're a young, impressionable girl, it's not hard to believe that they just thought that that's just the way that it was. And so they just, did what was asked of them. Anyway, that's just my opinion on this. Put it down in the comments. I want to know what y'all guys think about this. This is like some real, like he said, he beat the last case. I don't see him beating this. He know he ain't gonna beat this. That's why he was crying. That's why he was going off, talking about, use your common sense. Then he sounded a little sweet. I mean, I know he sings and shit, but then he sounded a little sweet. Anyway, whatever he's into is he's into. Whatever, I don't care. Anyway, leave it down in the comment section. I want to know what y'all guys think about this. Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out. If you like this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you would like to help dictate the direction that this channel takes, please leave a comment. All comments are appreciated, whether positive or negative. Thank you very much and enjoy your day. And remember, positive thoughts cause for positive things to happen. Let's get it.